Step 3. Be specific and give evidence. Noise is everywhere, and if you are going to rise above it, you have to alleviate natural consumer skepticism. Do so by being specific and, if possible, offer evidence. Website: your car sold in 20 days or less or it's free. Product: drop 20 pounds or you don't pay a dime. Service: your home sold in 30 days or I own it. Domino's Pizza didn't say, delivered on time, they said, delivered within 30 minutes or it's free. It was a specific action and evidence of that action. Your pizza is free if we don't perform. In my case, the onus was on me to send my advertisers leads. If I didn't get paid. We send you business or you don't pay a dime. Step 4. Keep it short, clear, and concise. The best USPs are short, clear, and powerful. Long phrases get skipped over. Step 5. Integrate your USP into all marketing materials. A USP is worthless if it isn't conveyed throughout every aspect of your business. Include your USP on all your public communications. Your trucks, vehicles, and buildings. Your advertising and promotional materials. Business cards, letterheads, signs, brochures, and flyers. Your website and your email signature. Your voicemail system, receptionist/sales scripts, etc. Step 6. Make it real. A USP has to be strong enough to convince people to buy or, even better, switch brands. If it doesn't capture your audience's attention or the benefit/hook is too weak, it won't work. And then, you have to make your USP real. You must deliver on what you say. A pizza delivered in 40 minutes makes the 30-minute guarantee a fraud. Fraudulent USPs get exposed fast and create human resource systems. Ready to rickroll your company. Get noisy. Next time you're stuck in traffic, look around. Every car looks the same. Nothing commands any significant attention. It's a sea of fading exhaustive blather. Born a marketer, this is why I'm preferential to Lamborghinis. They rise above the noise, and so should your brand. Face it. No one likes to be like everyone else. The average teenager strives not to be like everyone else, which is why we've been deluged with nipple rings, eye piercings, goth, and tattoos, all expressions of, I'm unlike everyone else. Successful companies take the same approach with their branding and marketing. Writing this book, while challenging, wasn't the real challenge. Getting it into the hands of people will be the real challenge. Why? Because the topic of finance and money-making is crowded and saturated with Me Too's. In other words, the noise is deafening. While this book is the realization of my dream, to succeed as a best-selling author I need to get my brand above the noise. One look at my Facebook update feed and all I see is noise. College dropout earns $2,000 in one day. Find out how. See how I make $15,000 a month with this fantastic opportunity. New startup with a forced matrix plan guarantees you a six-figure income. I just joined this awesome affiliate program and made $300 today. Be your own boss. I recently used an internet calculator that tabulated my wealth percentile, which ranked my net worth in comparison to all of my peers in the United States. I was ranked in the top 1%. While I'm flattered, it exposes my challenge. My net worth is indicative of a unique and extraordinary, but in the world of perception, it's lost in the noise. On Facebook, you'd never guess that most everyone is near broke. Nope, on Facebook everyone is a multimillionaire, a success coach, a guru, or a model. Everyone is in the top 1% of his or her game, including the real top 1%. You see, we all are marketers, and some of us are marketers of an illusion. What this does is creates an abundance of noise and makes it harder for the real purveyors to be heard. Your marketing efforts must rise above the noise. How to rise above the noise? There are 5 ways to get your message above the noise. 1. Polarize. 2. Arouse emotions. 3. Be risque. 4. Encourage interaction. And 5. Be unconventional. Polarize. Polarization probably isn't the best business strategy for a mass-market brand, because polarization involves extreme viewpoints or messages. You don't want to piss off half your customer base. However, polarization works fabulously for web sites in need of traffic or books in need of readers. Polarization works because it involves an extreme viewpoint, which forces people to either love or hate you. Sarah Palin is polarizing. You either love her or want to toss her off the deck of a boat in the alligator-infested Everglades. Political pundits use polarization to sell books because readers want to rally for a cause or furiously refute it. Websites that polarize attract visitors as people defend their cause while others attack it. If you're a rabid fan of the Chicago White Sox and start a website that viciously attacks the ineptness of the Chicago Cubs, you can expect a polarized audience, people who agree and concur and people who oppose and defend. This book itself can be classified as polarizing. Many people will castigate my viewpoints as extreme since it goes against conventional wisdom. OMG, he said that cutting coupons won't make me rich. He castigated my 401k. Opposition to a normal will always be considered polarizing. Be risque. Sex sells, and it is the most used get-above-the-noise technique. Sex is a powerful noise disruptor because sex never gets old. You can overuse it, but people will always respond to it because sex is always in style. In 2005, GoDaddy aired its first Super Bowl ad by using sex as weapon to get above the noise. The now infamous GoDaddy Girl ads followed in subsequent years. I never thought the ads were that good, yet they got above the noise and got people's attention. The result? Increased sales, and GoDaddy's market share surged to 32% after 2006. I see the risque technique used on Facebook by social media marketers. One woman does video lectures on marketing techniques in her bikini. When she does one of these, her bikini video receives 5 times the viewership and comments. Why do the bikini video lectures do so much better than the normal ones? Simple, sex gets above the noise. Men see the woman's busted chest in the video preview and think, go, I gotta check that out, while women are curious, OMG, who is doing a video in a bikini top? It's almost a mix of polarization and sex. Arouse emotion. Most consumer buying decisions are driven by emotions. You and I buy stuff because we want to feel something. I don't buy a Lamborghini to go from point A to point B, that's practicality. I buy to feel something: pride, achievement, uniqueness, adrenaline, and fame. Another example of using emotions to move your audience comes from the nonprofit organization the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty for Animals, ASPCA.org. This organization was founded over a century ago and I had never heard of it until recently. How did they break above the noise? They launched a powerful marketing campaign that unleashed emotions. Their commercials featured abused animals confined in cages with a tender, heartfelt soundtrack playing in the background. If you can move your audience's emotions and make them care, they will buy. Exhilarate people, make them cry and make them laugh. Your message will rise from the ashes of noise and compel people to buy. Be interactive. It's one thing to watch, it's another to do it. They say if you want to boil your passions, test drive the car of your dreams. Interactivity increases response for anything. If you can taste it, feel it, or use it, you will be more likely to buy it. Interaction is like hearing your name. It's your favorite. On Facebook, the most popular applications are surveys and questionnaires because people love narcissism. My favorite movie is The Usual Suspects. I love pizza. I own a poodle. People love to talk about themselves, and if you entwine that into your marketing plan, you will improve the response to your product or service. For example, if I launch a survey, are you speeding the fast lane or stuck in the slow lane? Find out now. I am engaging in an interactive campaign designed to get people involved and to talk about themselves. When your potential customers break down their personal barriers and expose pieces of themselves, they move closer to you as if there were a relationship. A relationship sells more than an anonymous corporate entity. Find out what happens next. Some corporations are using traditional media and the internet to foster interaction. I recently saw a commercial for an automobile manufacturer that filmed a story with a high-speed chase, except the story never concludes and we are left with to find out what happens next. Visit website. By teasing audiences with messages or stories that are incomplete, potential customers are forced to complete the story by visiting a website, and websites foster interaction. The revolution of social media, blogs, and a Web 2.0 is founded on interaction. You just don't want to read an article, you want to comment on it. Your 2 cents must be heard. Be unconventional. Convention breeds familiarity. If you've seen it 3 dozen times in the last month, Or something like it? Do you think it will work? For example, be your own boss is such an overused phrase its power has been drained. Yet, I still see advertising headlines and subtitles from so-called gurus using be your own boss, as if the phrase wielded power. It's been pulverized into flaccidity, so why the heck are you using it? What's unconventional? Have you ever seen a Lamborghini sold for $1? I know I haven't, and if I did, I would remember. The campaign would arouse curiosity because it's unconventional. What crazy person would sell an expensive car for $1? Is it a scam? What's the catch? I've got to see. Another example of unconventional is to break convention by mocking it or interrupting it. Remember the Energizer Bunny? It's still going and going. These commercials built a brand based on unconvention. The advertiser created a series of standard, boring marketing messages and shattered them with sudden interruptions of the Energizer Bunny. The marketer anticipated your familiarity with convention, another boring commercial, and shocked the audience by interrupting that boredom with a pink rabbit. Adage.com recognized these commercials as one of the top 100 campaigns of all time. Another mocker of convention is the Geico Insurance Company, which took typical situations and interjected the scenes with a surprise punchline: "I've got great news. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance." Conventional scenarios were shattered with the narrative, "I've got great news," which created unconvention. Another Geico spot mocked convention when it appeared you were watching a promo for a new reality TV series called A Tiny House. The promo featured a newlywed couple who supposedly move into a midget-sized apartment for 1 full year and endure cramped quarters and rising marital tensions. You see the couple hitting their heads on low ceilings and struggling for a good night's sleep in a tiny bed. But wait a second, this expected convention of reality is nothing but a ruse that will shatter into unconvention when an announcer voices, "The drama will be real, but it won't save you any money on car insurance." If you get someone's attention, half the battle is won. The other half is letting selfishness take over your audience and tailor your messages to self-interest. In other words, the good old, "What's in it for me?" How about saving 15% or more on your car insurance? What's in it for me? It's ironic, to succeed a FastLane we must forsake selfishness yet satisfy the selfishness of others. Did I say this would be a nice cozy stroll down the beach? The first human behavior you can count on is selfishness. People want what they want. People don't care about you, your business, your product, or your dreams. They want to help themselves and their family. It's human nature. Therefore, our marketing messages must focus on benefits, not features. People need to be told exactly what's in it for them. How will your product or service help them? What's the benefit? In marketing speak, it's called the "what's in it for me?" WIF principle. My customers were small business owners and yet I served millions of consumers too. This intermediary relationship allowed me to study the behavior of both consumers and producers in a powerful, accelerated fashion. I learned things in weeks that would take educators months to ascertain. I noticed that small business owners fall into their own selfish trap and love singing the praises of their company. They sell features, not realizing that people rent convenience and events, not limousines. As consumers, we buy things to solve needs. We engage in transactions to fill voids. You don't buy a drill, you buy a hole. You don't buy a dress, you buy an image. You don't buy a Toyota, you buy reliability. You don't buy a vacation, you buy an experience. We must become problem solvers and to identify our business. As a savior to someone, we must translate features into benefits. Does the fact you are the largest limousine company in Colorado solve my problem? It doesn't until you translate that feature into a benefit.